Hello everyone and welcome back to Dragalia Foundry, a fan channel where everything Dragalia Lost can be found. In this video, I'm going to be summoning on Gala Laxi's Gala Dragalia Summon Showcase. I recommended that most players skip this showcase, but I think I'm in a position here to probably want to summon on this. I had to think this over. It's the last day the showcase is available at the time I'm recording, so I'll probably post this a little bit later since I've already released a video on that day. But basically, I thought about this, and the next Gala Showcase is likely to be a remix after the upcoming Wind Focus, which I think should be a skip for most players. And I think the remix can only have Gala Cat Sith as the Gala Dragon, if anything. I doubt they would run Mars the second time in a row, and I really don't feel I need multiple Gala Cat Siths. Even if I got one, I don't think I would spend Sunlight Stones to max unbind it, and with no unbinds, it's only about as good as a Shinobi or probably a little bit worse. So I don't think I'm going to go for that if that's the Gala Dragon, and I'm only missing two past Gala Adventurers. I'm missing Gala Cerise and Gala Alex. Now, if one of them happens to be on the Gala remix that we're likely to get in a couple weeks that also will probably have festival characters on it, then I would maybe regret a little bit summoning today, since I do want to pick up those past Gala characters eventually, and I don't think the remixes are going to happen too often because there's a lot of Gala characters to at least get through, not as many Gala Dragons of course. But basically, I don't think it's very likely that that remix will line up particularly well for me. If you just look at most of the Gala characters that are likely to be there, I probably already have them, and now I have both of the Gala Dragons who have released so far. And what I realized about this showcase after seeing how good Laxi's damage is that she is probably one of the missing pieces that could make my life much easier for soloing Master Volk's Wrath and the Agito Uprising. That's actually the one content I have not cleared in solo play just yet, out of the permanent content in the game. Obviously things like the Omega 2 raids I have not always been able to solo, but I do those in co-op and they're not around all the time. But for something that is around all the time, I want to eventually be able to clear Volk's Wrath in solo play, and I think that Laxi could be the missing piece for me. I do have the tier 2 Agito Flame Dagger that right now I'm using on my Ezlith. I also have the Flame Sword, which I personally use for Yuden, but I may invest in Marth if I decide to pursue that path of trying to solo. And yeah, I think her DPS is awesome. Dual resistances really help. She also kind of attacks like a ranged unit, so I think even if I had the choice between her and Cerise, she would probably be better for me than Cerise. So that's kind of why I'm looking at things now on this showcase. And funny enough, Konohana Sakuya, who I consider to be the most interesting thing on the showcase, is probably what I want to avoid the most now, just because with only one copy of her, I really don't think she's going to do a whole lot for me. I would probably use her in an auto battle comp for Expert Ciela over a Vayu, at least one of my Vayus, if I had her max unbound, but it's just not that realistic unless they add her to the Draconic Essences that I would actually want to deliberately try max and bind her. So she's a beautiful unit, obviously got the really cute artwork with Marishi 10, the little boars, and a crocodile I think, or an alligator perhaps. So I wouldn't mind if we get one of her for the collection or any of the summer characters, but the main purpose for me summoning is to try pick up Laxi, and we're going to set some limits for ourselves. After breaking into my stash to summon for Nadine, I'm not as preoccupied with saving up for the anniversary. I also think that we're going to have a really generous anniversary period, so I expect our reserves to shoot up quite a bit. So we're going to be a little bit frugal here, and I'm thinking to go no lower than 30,000 Wormite in our summoning. I hope we don't have to get there. We have obviously a lot of tickets to use, but if we have to go below 30,000 Wormite, it'll only be to finish a summoning we were already in the process of, like to break a pity basically, and get a 5-star. But hopefully we get something good with our singles and our tenfolds. So let's begin with our single summons, and we're going to do these in batches of 20, and then we will do tenfolds after we've done 20 singles. As for other things I might want to get here, There are still some characters I don't have in the game, but the thing that I'm really looking at picking up is actually 4-star dragons. It's funny, a couple summoning videos ago, I was collecting 4-star dragons to essentially waste Moonlight Stones on and sell them, or basically convert them into Eldwater. Now I'm actually kind of wanting those dragons because I'm trying to make more budget-friendly content and guides, sort of. So I'm sort of wishing I had, like, say, multiple copies of Ifrit, multiple copies of Juggernauts, these dragons that are obviously weaker than 5 stars, but are perfectly serviceable to solo expert content, that type of thing. So unfortunately, I only have one of each 4-star dragon right now. So if we see any Juggernauts, Rocks, Ifrit, Vojanoi, I'll be happy to pick those up and add them to the collection. Yeah, ever since they made it so certain 3-star characters are available to all players, I've had a project I've been working on where I'm trying to just use those characters to clear all the content in the game in single-player play. But it's not as easy as I would have thought. I'm also trying to do it with only using 1 Wyrmprint slot instead of 2. And my idea there is simply that my facilities are too high of a level to be representative of where most players are at, so by limiting myself to only 1 Wyrmprint, it's more of a representation of what a typical player might have as far as their stats. But with that type of limitation, the demands on the play performance are a lot higher. Like, the more invested you are in a lot of ways, the more sloppy you can afford to be in your play, which I usually am, so I've had to really work on that. But some of the easiest entry points, if that's something you're interested in, are definitely High Midgard Stormer's Trial and High Jupiter's Trial. Both of those, in my opinion, if you have 3 ranged characters and 1 melee character, and you control the melee or close range character, you're going to have a lot easier time going about things, and they're some of the better ways to learn and start doing solo play. Nice. Got a 5-star. Okay, let's see Laxi. If we get Laxi, I think we stop. We get a dragon. It's the beautiful Konohana Sakuya Summer Edition. Alright, well, I said that she was one of the coolest and most exciting things on the showcase. Obviously, the croc with the shades does look very good. We have some fish here swimming in the water, looking great, but the more I thought about it, it's probably actually not that good of a thing to have. Like, without any unbinds, her Summer Flowers is going to give you 30% strength, 10% defense, 30% skill damage. Usable, but hard to justify using when you have better dragons, even a Zephyr, let's say, at max Unbound, which you can do via Draconic Essences at this point. Yeah, a little bit hard to justify, but glad to have picked up 1 copy. Let's hope it stays at just the 1. And we'll continue with our single summons. Looks like we're getting a 4-star to kick things off. Maybe it'll transform into a 5-star and it'll be a Laxi. Alright, Blade. Grant. Let's keep summoning. I think the next Agito fight we'll have is Tartarus, and then we'll probably have Master Ciella's Wrath. So maybe if Ciella is super tanky, like Kayan is, we could perhaps see a world in which Konohana Sakuya makes sense. But even then it seems kind of unlikely. I just don't think her damage potential, even if you exhaust all of the time limit on her, really helps. The thing that sets her apart from Vayu is that she kind of makes you very hard to kill, like immortal essentially with regen and defense and all this stuff. So I think the more likely way that she ends up getting used is maybe in like an auto battle team comp for Master Ciella's Wrath, or maybe if Ciella just has so much HP that the fight lasts a long time and she does a lot of damage, so you need that extra survivability, then maybe she gets used. But to be fair, right now, I don't think that she's actually that useful. The standard Templar Hope plus Silas plus Grace or Lowen plus a DPS, let's say Ronzel, that's who I like to use in my auto comp, works perfectly fine without her, so I expect it to continue just working, and she's not really a necessary pickup. Looks like another 3-star. So we'll skip over that. You do see a lot more of the same 3-stars since they removed some of them from the summoning pool and added them to the tutorial units. So far, among the tutorial units, I've Mana Spiraled Althemia and Eric, and also Melody, and have been pretty impressed with all 3 of them. They're pretty powerful considering they're completely free units. And most of the units that are available for free got pretty decent mana spirals, I would say. But some of them that are in the summoning pool, Vice in particular, if he were one of the free adventurers, that would be an immediate game changer. Like, that's a go-to free-to-play option. But even so, I think that the fact that 3-stars reappear so frequently now, with there not being that many in the summoning pool, like most players would have Vice. If you've been playing really at all and you've been doing some summoning, you probably have Vice, and he's a great investment. Okay, we need to do 9 more. I figured we'd check. I kind of lost count of where we were, so we'll do 9 more, and then we'll do a 10-fold summon. I'll start to get a little bit more aggressive with my skips on these, so we can kind of speed along, and hopefully we don't miss anything particularly exciting. Looks like a Taro. And okay, get another 5-star. Hopefully it's a dagger, and then we can stew over whether it's Norwin or Laxi. Alright, I was gonna say another Sakuya, but it's Epimetheus. I might have preferred Sakuya, honestly. Although I think this might bring me to 2 unbinds on an Epimetheus or something around there. Hey, another 5-star right off the bat. This is a good way to transition off that dupe. Dagger, let's go! Okay, we got Norwin. Norwin is such a handsome and awesome bunny boy. I mean, he is just... I loved his original incarnation, I have to admit. I like the summer aesthetic, but I think his original outfit is just so true to his character. I do like the hat on this, though. I've said that before. But people explained to me a little bit more of how he works, so I feel like I have a better understanding of this now. His skills charge at exactly the same time, and you choose how the story unfolds, depending on which of the 2 skills you use, and thereby advancing the skill shift on both of them. A different pop-up book animation will show up, and it can have a sad ending or a happy ending. In the sad ending, you cause 30 seconds of poison and get a doleful spirit debuff on Norwin, and in the happy ending, you energize your team, I think, and cleanse any doleful spirit debuffs you have on him. So, kind of interesting play pattern, and I do like Wind Daggers, obviously Wedding Aoi, a character I really enjoy. Very unique Chainco ability, so I might just build up Norwin and use him for the fun of it. Energy equals skill haste might be the one weak thing about him, but his skills are fairly aggressively costed. So I may give him a shot, give him a use or 2. Now let's see what else we have going on. Actually I don't know what I'm looking at. I know everything that's on here. We just reset our pity rate, of course. Just blanked for a minute there. So let's continue summoning. We're getting a 4-star. Let it be a 5-star. Laxi, come on, yes! 3 in a row. This is 3 5-stars in a row. And it's a dragon. It's another Sakuya. We're gonna be so cursed to get all the Sakuya now. That's okay, I'll take that curse. Okay, our luck has finally ended here as we're getting a 3-star. Maybe it'll be a Pietro. I would take that as a good sign. We didn't call it. It was so close. The axe. Alright, Johanna is a fantastic adventurer as well, so I like to see her. I do have her at 50 mana nodes. I think she's great. Maybe she'll get an alt one day, or at least a mana spiral. And another 3-star. We're getting kind of low on singles, but we have effectively gotten a good amount of 5 stars in the process, which is nice. Here's another 4-star. Have we even seen any 4-star dragons yet? I'm honestly not too sure. There's one. It's a rock. Alright, I'll take it. One thing about the free-to-play content I'm trying to make is... Oh, another 5-star. I was gonna say, I don't want to use limited time welfare stuff, so that's why the 4 stars are kind of important. A bow? Okay, just Louise. I was like, you know, bow check? Who do I not have that could be a bow that's new? The only one that came to mind was, well, Chelsea and Summer Mikoto. I guess Chelsea I forgot about. But yeah, Summer Mikoto, I didn't pick up with the intention that he's my go-to for the Dream Summon the next time the Dream Summon comes around. So hopefully that'll be around the anniversary, if not sooner. Although a recent interview with director Okada, he said that he doesn't dream a lot anymore because of how hard-worked and overworked he is. So, poor Okada, get some rest. We need more Dream Summons. He also said he got a new vacuum. And it's a pretty serene experience vacuuming because it's so quiet you can listen to music. It was a very wholesome comment, I felt. It'll probably be translated to English pretty soon, but I wonder if they'll include stuff like that in the translation. Alright, where are we as far as our summons go? Okay, we have to do 6 more. Losing a little bit of track of where we are here amid the blur of all these singles. So we're going to do 6 more, and that will have increased our pity rate once. And then we'd want to do 10 more after that, if we don't break our pity rate here. Which we're probably not going to. An axe, okay. Summer Luca. Likely to be neglected as far as mana spirals go, since Summer Ronzol just really got the short end of the stick with mana spiraling. And I wonder, I mean, I know why, from a cynical standpoint, but I wonder why in some ways, because if it were just about character balance, he really could use it, but the truth is, it's also about selling things, so it does make sense from that standpoint why 5 stars might get mana spirals over 4 stars. Nice. It transformed kind of fast, didn't it? So maybe it'll transform again. No such luck. Got a Carl. Let's check. I don't want to go overboard. Okay, 1 more. 1 more and then 10 more. So 11 more. Another 4-star. Will you transform, please? No. Gald. I have not seen Gald lately. I kind of forgot Gald existed. And we're immediately breaking our heightened pity rate on a 5-star. Let's see a dagger. It's a dagger. Is it a dupe? It is a dupe. Hello, Summer Norwin. It's good to see you again. Of course, we'd love to see Laxi even more. So here's our first single summon. Now we have a 4-star. Let's watch this one. I don't think it's going to transform, but you never know. It has happened to me in the past. It happened with Gala Leaf. I did a little summoning for Summer Patia and Gala Mars. Gala Mars came super quick, but I continued summoning for Summer Patia or Summer Mikoto. My thinking was I probably wanted both in my collection, and so by summoning until I at least got one of them, I could dream summon the other. And that's why I got Patia and decided to stop, since I figure now I have like a clear target for dream summoning, since I do plan to do that. But as far as what I was going to comment on with the... I'm not even going to comment on it. I'm just going to wait and admire these beautiful Fafnirs. Please, show us another dagger. No! Oh. Well, that's random. Hello, Mars. I guess another way I could try solo Volk's Wrath is just to have like a bajillion Mars on all my units. That would probably be fairly effective. Wasn't expecting that. That's pretty fun. That actually is slightly more tempting than Cat Sith for extra stones. But until the Mercurial Gauntlet gets another big expansion, I don't exactly have a lot of stones just sitting around. I think I have exactly 4 saved up, and I was planning on saving those to maybe use on Thor or whoever our next Gala Dragon is. So those are a little bit tight for me right now. They don't come out super often, and now that I've formed a bond with all my dragons, I'm not really renewing those often either from the Dragon's Roost. Even though you're only getting 1 ore, it's still added up over time, but now I'm not getting that at all. So it mostly just comes down to raid events and random chance as far as bounties, grand bounties from Nightmare difficulty. Okay, let's talk about what we were going to talk about earlier, unless we get a 5-star, which we're not. Right, so for making free-to-play content, I really don't want to use welfare units that were limited time. Like, let's say I could throw Erasmus in, right, or Pele. Obviously, they're 5-star dragons, they're weaker than Ifrit, but I think that it's kind of confusing to see those and think you can't get them, even if the fact of the matter is that they're strictly worse than Ifrit in terms of the stats they provide, as far as I know. So you would never even want to use them. It's just making the content harder for yourself than using a permanent 4-star dragon. I still don't want to use them just because I feel like it causes confusion. And then there are other ones that are actually sort of powerful, or at least on par with stronger options, but they're no longer available. Like, think of Mini Zodiark, Mini Mids. They're no longer available, so I don't want to lean on those too heavily. And just as I say this, we're getting a 5-star. It's another dragon. Yo, okay. I don't think I had her yet. I did have her, and I totally forgot I had her. What? Okay. Well, I definitely don't have her maxed out, that's for sure. So let's keep going with singles. Now we only have 19 left, so we're not going to really be able to increase our pity rate twice, but we can increase it once. I totally thought I had no copies of Ariel. I know I don't have Andromeda or Azazel, and I'm sure there are other dragons that I'm missing, but I thought I was missing Ariel. I guess not. Maybe I got 1 copy at some point and I forgot about it. She's an example of a dragon I would much rather spend Sunlight Stones on than Summer Kona Hanasakia. And that would be if I was in a position where, let's say, I already had a Freya and a Vayu built. Then she would probably be my next choice. But still, I think it's just better to save. I really feel like I've hit a point where I'm not going to get many more without spending money. So I think that a lot of players will hit that point eventually as well. All right. We're running out of singles here. We finally made it through, almost. And let's see, I think we have to do 2 more. We'll be cautious, we'll check, we'll confirm. Yeah, this is the last one. And then we'll start to spin some of our 10-folds. So hopefully we get lucky with these 10-folds. And we'll see what our first circle looks like. I'm hoping we could get multiple 5-stars. It's not super likely, but it's not unreasonable on a Gala. We got 1. I wouldn't mind seeing Sinoa here either. And we do have a wand, so there's some promise to that. Are there any other wands that I'm missing? I don't know. Not that come to mind immediately. So let's hope for Sinoa. And it's Maribel. Poor Maribel. One of those original units that never got a mana spiral. Let's do another. We still have 3 10-folds and another 5-star. Our luck has been pretty good today, all things considered. 2 5 stars. Let's go. Yes. A dagger. This could be it. And a staff, which probably couldn't be anything. I don't think. Okay, I think it might be after this. Yeah, we got her. All right. Not too bad at all. We used almost all our singles and a couple 10-folds, but our Wormite is intact. We got an Akasha for good measure for some Eldwater, and we picked up some dragons along the way. We got our Juggernaut. This is one of the dragons I actually cared the most about getting as another 4-star dragon. Hey, there we go. So we can use some of the Moonlight Stones for this month to work on that. And this time we'll actually keep it instead of selling it for Eldwater. Very, very nice. We even have another Mars to potentially invest in. So let's look at the collection here real quick to round things out for this video. Obviously now we have Laxi, and we even picked up Norwin, which is very fun. Let's take a look at the upgrade page first so we can merge some of our dragons together. So this is the dragon situation as far as dragons who need unbinds. It looks like this Epimetheus copy we got brings our current Epimetheus up to 2 unbinds, so that's good. It's kind of weird to see the ability actually change now that the version update is out. Dragons get better for every unbind that you do, not just the final unbinding. And then let's do the same with Ariel to bring her up to 1 unbind toward max. We'll auto level her up. And for Sakuya, I honestly don't know. Am I ridiculous to keep these separate? Is she just that bad that I would never want to do that? Okay, that's a random Freya. We didn't summon a Freya today. Did we summon any of these other things today? We did get this Juggernaut. Unfortunate that I can't max it out, but we'll get a Moonlight Stone eventually, or another Juggernaut. We also got a rock, and we'll sell the 3-star dragons. Sorry, 3-star dragons, but you just haven't been treated with the justice you deserve. You're still not that great, unfortunately. And using those Moonlight Stones is certainly a temptation here on that other Mars. Oh yeah, this is, man, so lazy. I didn't even label this. So this is my co-op expert Volk team. I was using this earlier today to do some weeklies, and I'm very close. So this is the team I use. This is basically my backline for Azalith. I'm very close, as I'll show you in just a moment, to finally having a weapon for Nadine. Nadine, who I spent so much to obtain. As far as Wormite, of course. Let's sell all these. I'm going to keep the rock, and I'm going to keep the 2 Juggernauts, and we'll keep the Sakuya separate for now, since I do want to do some experimentation with them, and I think that could be kind of fun. But as far as our weapon for Nadine, this is how close we are. Yep, we have everything except silvers, and this would be my 4th tier 2 flame Agito weapon. I have the sword, I have the dagger, and the axe. So if I build that, I think I could use like Nadine, Marth, Gala Laxi, and then maybe Grace or some other healer. Since I probably want a healer, I would imagine, although maybe not. Maybe I could just have Phoenix or something put in work. The reason I have not done or collected those silvers is because I've been on this essence grind. I accidentally got 1 Nidhogg essence because I wasn't paying attention and I meant to get a Chthonius essence. Once I get 50 of these Agni essences, I'm going to use that to get my last unbind on my Agni. And then I'm going to continue just doing Chthonius every day. And at that point I'll have more stamina freed up to do other things in the game. But that's enough of a diversion for now. I think that is going to do it for this video, everyone. So I hope your summoning was as good as mine. Thank you as always for watching. Take care, and I'll see you next time.